Man United legend Peter Schmeichel claims Andre Onana has upset the whole team after another error against Brentford. Schmeichel told Premier League Productions, "The goalkeeper is not covering himself in glory in that one. My theory here is he's just lifting up. He's not setting off. His arm is coming up to go down, whereas as a goalkeeper you learn to dive along around for the ball. You don't go up to come down." We saw the same mistake against Bayern Munich, and I noticed the same thing. He just kind of lifts himself instead of actually diving and moving towards the ball. Don't ask me because I'm not Onana. I don't know. It's a technical issue. I think a lot of that is pressure. I spoke to him after Bayern. I spoke to him after the other Champions League match against Galatasaray as well. He's very down on the mistakes he's made. I'm trying to speak to him about what it's like to be at Manchester United, what you have to take. Whatever you've made, you have to put it in a box straight away and put it to the side. So you make a mistake in a game. It might be a mistake we see. It might be a mistake that we don't see. But you wait to think about it and analyze it until after the game or at night or whatever. You have to be there for the next moment. If you're not, you'll make the next mistake. And now he's upset the whole team. Now they will even more not trust him. And my God, it's not good. Elsewhere, Scott McTominay has blasted Man UTD's critics, claiming everyone is against them. The Scotland star came off the bench to score twice to rescue 3 points for his side. Afterwards, he told Premier League Productions, "When you are not doing well at this football club, everyone is against you. It feels like we are in our own bubble with the rest of the world saying negative things." Meanwhile, Man United are reportedly chasing 2 Brazilian wonder kids, but they could have to cough up around £100 million to see off interest from Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano claims Palmeiras midfielder Luis Guilherme and Flamengo winger Loran have both caught Ten Hag's eye. The Red Devils have been scouting the pair, both 17, in recent weeks. United have been sending staff to watch numerous players across South America, but it's reckoned Guilherme and Loran have impressed the most, again and again. Man United are reportedly going to be rivaled by Liverpool and Chelsea in the race for RB Leipzig striker Lois Openda. The Belgian has been on fire in the Bundesliga since arriving this summer and is said to be attracting interest from around Europe. However, Leipzig are aware of the talent they have on their hands and are reported as being steadfast on raking in at least £80 million for the 23-year-old. So the Premier League giants are all said to be keen on securing the services of RB Leipzig's Lois Openda. According to Bild journalist Christian Falk, Liverpool are looking to try and sign the 23-year-old after their success in signing Dominik Szoboszlai from Leipzig this summer. But the Reds will face competition for his signature, as Chelsea have also been linked with the Belgium international. Fichajes have reported that the Stamford Bridge outfit are keen on signing Openda as they look to put an end to their striker woes. The Blues have had issues finding the right center forward for their squad in recent seasons, but Mauricio Pochettino is understood to be keen on the idea of bring Openda to London in January. Openda has bagged 4 goals in just 6 Bundesliga appearances this season and is rumored to be valued at around £80 million by Leipzig, who know the talent they have on their hands. Meanwhile, Ten Hag inspired by crisis. Erik Ten Hag isn't put off by his side's poor start to the season, but instead is using it as motivation. Man United have struggled to gain momentum and have seen many pundits and ex-pros suggest they're in a crisis. But when Ten Hag was asked about the suggestion of it getting that bad, he made it clear that just makes him want to do better. He said, "We have to deal with it. It doesn't make any sense to think about it. We have to deal with it. It gives me more energy to fight and turn this around. I'm responsible for having the right mentality. In my communication, my demands, and my standards, in what I demand from the players, elsewhere, Onana will never be consistent," says Deeney. Troy Deeney has said that he doesn't believe Andre Onana will ever be consistent for Man United. The £47 million arrival is yet to live up to his hype since arriving from Inter Milan this summer. But Deeney still thinks he can be brilliant, but also disastrous. Speaking exclusively to Sun Sport, he said, "Onana doesn't strike me as a keeper who will ever be truly consistent. He will be either brilliant or disastrous." Again and again. Jadon Sancho remains exiled from the Man United squad as a result of his war of words with manager Erik Ten Hag. The £73 million man has been absent from the team since the Red Devils 3-1 loss to Arsenal over a month ago, and Ten Hag appears to have no intention of bringing him back anytime soon. I am sorry, but there's nothing that has changed with Jadon Sancho. He said that he's not available, so he's not part of the squad, so I don't have any comment on that. Meanwhile, Rasmus Højlund is expected to spearhead Man United's attack once again after scoring twice in midweek against Galatasaray. Casemiro will also be eligible to play, as his red card against the Turkish side came in European competition. Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez are out injured for the foreseeable future, but Mason Mount is back and fit to start once again. Sergio Reguilón could also be rushed back from injury to deal with United's left-back crisis, and Kobbie Mainoo may make the bench after returning to first-team training. So, Ten Hag reveals reason behind poor form. Erik Ten Hag has revealed some of the reasons that he believes Man United have struggled for form so far this season. The Red Devils have got off to their worst start in the league since 1989 and are trying to turn the tide. When asked why they're in such a tough patch, Ten Hag said, "Consistency, that is the problem we are struggling with. In parts of the game, in big parts of the game, I would say we do a lot of things right. But then, we have moments where we are struggling, and in such moments we cannot survive. In this moment, you have to do the right things, survive, and in the job, be consistent with the communication. When you do that, you keep the right organization, and you do it like before." So, Erik Ten Hag made one change to the team in midweek, and that contributed to United's downfall. While he is limited in certain areas, he could have recalled Alejandro Garnacho, or switched Diogo Dalot to left back to allow Sofian Amrabat to move into midfield. Amrabat is not as capable an auxiliary left back as Kieran Richardson, infamously slammed by Roy Keane in the wake of the apocalyptic thrashing by Middlesbrough in 2005, a time when such defeats were rare for United. A month into his United career, and Amrabat is yet to start in central midfield. Ten Hag must recognize that Amrabat's stint at left back for FC Utrecht once upon a time in the Eredivisie is irrelevant, and that a defender has to play there, again and again. Erik Ten Hag has given an update on Anton after the Brazilian took a leave of absence in recent weeks. The tricky winger has since returned to training for the Red Devils, and now his boss seems to think he could slot straight into the starting 11 against Brentford. When asked about if Antony was ready to play in his pre-match press conference, Ten Hag simply said, "I think he is ready to start." So, Manchester United are back in action today after their midweek heartbreak at the hands of Galatasaray. The Red Devils host Brentford at Old Trafford at 3 p.m. this afternoon in another crucial game for Erik Ten Hag. After their worst start to a league season since 1989, Ten Hag and his players need to try and retrack their off-the-rails season. Manchester United could break 4 records versus Brentford, as Man United host Brentford in the Premier League today, and there is plenty to look out for at Old Trafford.